Hello everybody, my name is RetroBoy03, and welcome back to another LEGO video review. Today we'll be taking a look at the LEGO Ninjago movie, set number 70607, the Ninjago City Chase. This set comes with 5 minifigures, 233 pieces, and retails for around $20 in the United States. So, without any further ado, let's get into the review. To start off with, here we have Lloyd the Green Ninja, here in just his casual clothing, and this is a pretty cool figure to get, because this figure only comes in this set and the $300 Ninjago City set. So, yeah, I'd say that this is probably the better way to get him. Anyway, to start off with, his accessory is just a red soda can. There's no printing on the label, which is fine, I guess, but just removing that, I like how Lloyd has a pretty nice and very generic hoodie torso print. Like, it's very simple, but it's very usable as well. There's nothing on this to distinguish it as a Ninjago movie-based print. So you could just use this with City. Heck, you could use it for the Ninjago TV show. You could just use this torso really for anything, and I really like that. The legs are also pretty good. I wish that the belt didn't have the bit of hoodie carrying over, because now, obviously, you can only use the legs with some sort of green top, but it's still a nice print. I think this figure's outfit looks pretty good. This is his back print, which is nice to see, just a bit of hood on the back. However, I am a bit disappointed that Lloyd doesn't get his arm printing in this set, because in the movie, Lloyd's hoodie, he had a little lighter green printing at the ends of his sleeves, and they included that in the collectible minifig series, so I don't know why it's not in this set or the Ninjago City set. I mean, I guess with this set I can sort of understand because it's $20, but what really annoys me is how in the $300 Ninjago City set he also doesn't get any arm printing, which seems really stupid in my opinion. But anyway, Lloyd does come with his hairpiece in this set, which is a nice piece. I mean, it's not uncommon. It comes in a few different cheaper sets from the movie, but it's still a nice piece to get. Very usable. It definitely looks a bit more realistic than the old Lloyd hairpiece, that's for sure. And Lloyd's face in this set is also a really nice print because, well, it's just sort of a casual smile for Lloyd, which is really good because I was getting really tired of how, well, I am still getting really tired of how in most of the sets, Lloyd really only has 2 expressive faces. In the sets, he doesn't just get any, just slight smiles or slight frowns. This is a really good face to get just for when Lloyd's just a casual Lloyd. And Lloyd does get an alternate face, which is pretty similar. I mean, I guess this would be more of a sincere smile, maybe? I don't know. It still looks pretty good, though. I mean, I do wish that maybe we could have just gotten, like, a simple frown on this side. But still, this is a nice print to get. And overall, this is a pretty nice figure to get. So now let's move on to Nia. Here we have Nia, my favorite of the 5 minifigs in this set. And to start off, her accessory is this little printed cell phone tile. It's not new. It originated in 2014, I believe, but it's still a very nice piece to get. The figure's torso and leg design is really nice as well. The torso is sort of a leather jacket over just a black and white striped shirt, and well, you can see that the negative space is represented not only by space around the edges of the shirt, but also on how the leather jacket is designed to look as though it's sort of curving around her slender body. Anyway, Nia's jeans are nice prints with a couple of tears around the knees. I think it's a bit odd that Nia has shoes when, well, just take a look at any LEGO minifigure, and for the most part, minifigs do not have shoes. None of the other casual ninja have shoes, so I don't really get why Nia does, but it's still a nice print. On the sides, Nia doesn't get any printing on her sidearms or side legs, which isn't accurate to the movie, but I actually like it this way because obviously if this figure was like had all that detail, it wouldn't fit in with just normal figures. But since this figure isn't as detailed as the one in the movie, you could use these parts on just any city figure, or heck, any theme really. From the back, you can just sort of see the continuation of the jacket and the shirt. Nia comes with her hairpiece in this set, which is nice to get, since that's not a super common piece. Although, I mean, I guess it does come in the minifig series now that I think about it. And Nia's face is actually another really cool part, because if you remember, the Nia that comes in her suit, so pretty much Nia in every other set, basically she just has a slight frown and a slight smile. I thought that the two faces pretty much look exactly the same when you put Nia's mask on, and while I don't currently have Nia's mask here, you can just tell that this Nia just looks a lot happier, and this face would just be a lot more unique and interesting with the mask on. And I like that, because this is just a very expressive face, it's a nice print, and it's very unique. The other side of this face, however, is nothing new. It's the same angry face that appears on just the standard Nia figure, so sort of makes me question why they printed two different faces for this character if they both have the same alternate face. Bit odd. I don't know why they didn't just use this head in all of the sets, since I think this one looks a lot better. I don't know, but still, that's Nia, a pretty good figure. And now let's move on to the next. Next up here we have Officer Toke, who pretty much just uses bad cop parts from the Lego movie. I mean, he has Bad Cop's same helmet, which is a nice piece to get with all the printed white on there. He has Bad Cop's torso, just some blue pants with no printing, same back printing as well as Bad Cop. And then his face is probably the most interesting part of this figure. I mean, unless you missed out on Bad Cop from the original Lego Movie line or from Dimensions, because I guess if you did, then this face could... I mean, then the other parts of this figure could be useful to make it custom, but the face is pretty nice. It's not unique, but it's not that common, since the only other way to get this face is in the $80 ice tank. I mean, unless it came in Wave 2, I'm not too sure. It might be in Cole's Quake Mech, but if it's not, then it's exclusive to this. It's in that one. Still, though, even if it is, that still means that this is by far the cheapest way to get this face print. Oh, and also, he comes with handcuffs. So that's Officer Toke. The next figure we get in this set is Ham, and you can't see most of his face right now because his hat brim covers up a lot of it. So if we bend him back quite a bit, then you can sort of see his face, although it'll be a lot easier to just take off his hat. And he is very terrified. As in, like, wow, he is so scared. I mean, like, just remove all the wrinkles and the beard, just keep the eyes and the mouth, and this could work as an Emmett face. So that's pretty awesome. The torso and legs aren't unique, and honestly, I don't like them that much. Or at least, the torso I think is fine. The legs I'm not a big fan of, but it's still fine. The back is nice, just with a couple more smudges and a few wrinkles. I'm not sure how I feel about the torso being a bit smudged. Like, on one hand, it adds a bit more detail, but on the other hand, it's weird how every character that uses this torso, so like 5 different minifigures, all have smudges on their robes in the exact same spot, so that's a bit odd. Ham's accessory is a $100 note, or just 100 anything note. Isn't necessarily dollars, so yeah, that's Ham. Last, and probably least of the figures in this set is the Shark Army Thug. However, this figure is still pretty cool for me to get, because since I only got the Destiny's Bounty Master Falls in this set, this is actually the only member of Garmadon's army that I have. So yeah, this is a pretty cool guy to get if you're not planning on getting any of the mechs, or any of the Shark Army vehicles. This is just a good guy to get a member of Garmadon's army. And it's still a nice figure, even if you have others. It's just that it's not very unique. He has some nice printing on the torso and the legs, although it doesn't really stand out much due to the fact that it's just sand blue and 2 different colors of gray, so nothing really pops there. His accessory is a fish, which is nice to get in that light blue color. That only comes in the Ninjago movie line. And then the fish is holding Mjolnir. Well, okay then. His back printing is nice. I like that he has the beanie piece in a burnt orange. I think that's a really nice piece to get. And removing that, his face is pretty nice, just a beard with an eye patch over it and a pretty angry expression. I would not at all be surprised if LEGO will later go back and reuse this head for like a Pirates set. So, yeah, that's the Shark Army Thug, and now let's move on to the builds of the set. The first build of the set is this 3-wheeled police vehicle, and, I mean, it can roll. You can sort of use the 3-wheelness to sort of tilt it into turns, and, well, yeah, it has 3 wheels, obviously. You have a few stickers on it. You have this sign up on top for police, and I like how they combined English with the Ninjago language, and it's still completely legible. Then on each side, we have just this little sticker for a badge design. Then up top, we have some red and blue lights, and if you want to remove the roof, that can just easily pop off, and we have a pretty easy spot for our driver to sit. So if we just grab Officer Toke and sit him down in there, he can easily attach the 4 studs, and he can grab the handlebars, but I'm not going to make him since it'll take a while. And you can see that the second spot in here is to station your crook. However, I'm sure that what you're obviously thinking is, well, I mean, sure, we can put a guy in there, but he can just immediately jump out because there aren't any bars in the back or anything. There's nothing securing him in. But there is actually a way to fix that, and what you need to see is what you need to change to fix this, if I can speak, is that you can see the clip behind Toke that you would use to hold his handcuffs. Well, what you need to do is you need to flip that around so that the clip is facing the back, and then you can just attach the handcuffs to your thug, and then the handcuffs, the little bar on them, can just attach onto the clip, which is the same place where they would normally attach onto the holding place. And if I can just get him to sit in here, give me a second, and then I can just put his hands up, maybe. I know I did this before, this review. I don't know why it's not working now. Just maybe get his arms up a bit more. There. And then just... Sorry that this is taking so long. I just want to show you this thing that, of course, is not working now that I'm filming. Okay, there we go. So you can just sort of wedge him in there with the handcuffs. Like, it doesn't work perfectly, and I can see why LEGO didn't design it that way, because it can't, because now that I'm filming, I mean, it was super easy beforehand, but now that I'm filming, it proved to be very difficult. So I can see why LEGO didn't go with that, but it's still a possibility you can do. I think it works pretty well. So yeah, that's the police vehicle, and now let's move on to Ham's Market Stand. So here we have Ham's Market Stand, and well, first off, here we just have a barrel of apples. Pretty simple. Then for the stand itself, if you're curious, the Ninjago text up on top on the sign says shop. And then you can see that there are angled boxes featuring either 2 silver fish or 3 red cherries. So that's pretty nice to see. There's just, if I turn this around, there's just a little 4-stud area in the back where you can easily stand Ham, or, well, whatever figure you want to have being the vendor here. You can see little signs for fish and cherries on the sides. I like the design up here with these slopes and cheese slopes to create the roof. Like, obviously, it's extremely simple, but it's nice. You have the little lights off to the sides, and probably the coolest part of this design is this angled awning, which they were able to keep it at a constant angle that you won't be able to change by just attaching clip pieces under there, which act as stoppers for the little flat pieces. So you'll automatically know when those stop to get them into the correct position. That's pretty nice. So now let's move on to the last build of the set. The last build that comes in this set doesn't take up a lot of pieces, but it is still a very substantial build. It's just these little light posts with some little lights on them, of course. You have some bits of sidewalk down at the bottom, and the signs say... I don't know what they say. They say things. Anyway, you can see that on each side we have these two big lanterns that use trans-red minifig heads, and those are pretty nice, as well as we just have the three little dinky lights below. You could clip a figure onto the light string, although I wouldn't recommend it since it's not very stable, and that can cause the entire structure to fall over. So if you're going to attach a figure here, I would recommend just attaching them onto the sides of the poles, although do what you wish. So yeah, now let's move on to the final verdict. So, would I recommend the LEGO Ninjago Movie Ninjago City Chase set for $20? Yeah, I would say so. I mean, is the set perfect? No. But first off, the minifig selection is pretty good. 5 minifigs for $20 is always a good deal. And when I say that, I mean when it's 5 minifigs in a $20 set. Not 5 minifigs, just 5 minifigs for $20. That's not a good deal. LEGO stopped charging $4 each for collectible minifigs. It's not good. Anyway, so, enough about that. But anyway, so yeah, this set is good price per minifig ratio. The minifigs, especially Lloyd and Nia, are really good. You get some nice builds, although not too complex, but again, they're just very nice builds, although simple. You can definitely just set these around, and I think this set is just these couple of city builds are a great alternative to getting the $300 Ninjago City set for, you know, those of us that aren't able to drop $300 on an Ninjago set. So, yeah. I mean, there are problems with the set, like I wish that maybe there had been a play feature with the market stand, and, well, in general, this set doesn't really have any play features, which is a bit odd. I mean, again, LEGO, I'm pretty sure LEGO could have easily just implemented, like, a little explodey feature with the market stand. Just to, you know, maybe explode one of the boxes or something. I don't know, this set is definitely a bit lax on play features, but it's still a nice set. The builds are good, the figures are good, looks good. Yeah, I guess I would give this set a solid B. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see all of you in my next video. Farewell, everyone.